They moved it. But like I was saying before, before I was interrupted by technical difficulties, Corey was running a little late on the pod, and he want to text me. He hopping on like, yo, what, yo, pause, yo. I want to send a pause back. Gotta address this on national YouTube. Yo, don't be telling me that you hopping on.
Hey,
I mean,
let me ask you something, man.
what's up, man?
Have you ever known a person to get a promotion at work?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you congratulate them?
Depending on who it is, I think congratulations is relative to who the person is.
Yeah,
If it's just a coworker, yo man, heard about the promotion, salute. You know what I mean? If it's my guy and I know he been working towards that, I'm gonna
yeah,
call him. Yo, he called yo V. I got the job, I got the promotion. You know what I mean? Making more money. Yo, bro, yo, this what you've
yeah,
been working hard for. Kind of a motivational congrats. If it's
yeah,
the wife, I'm gonna give a big hug, kiss on
yeah,
the cheek, baby. Congrats. I know you've been working hard for this. Kind of along the same thing, you know what
yeah.
I mean?
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you how I congratulate them.
Okay.
Hey, yo, congrats on a new position, yo. Congratulations on a new position. You know what I'm saying? You're
I
gonna
mean,
do great things in your new position. Congratulations, my guy. I'm proud of you in your new position.
I think that was one position too many. I might would have had to pause you on the first one for sure if it's me because I'm silly. But if I would have made me let that slide because it's a moment right then. I know you was in the moment, but after the second, third, and seventh, yeah, I gotta pause you. Yo, welcome to the Zone Sports Podcast, man.
Yeah,
This actually is a sports podcast, believe it
yeah.
or not. You know what I mean? I'm one half of the whole shit guy, Big V. That's my guy over there who don't know how to give congratulations, obviously. You know what I mean? Yo,
Oh,
tell him who you be, my G.
hey, man, it's your boy C-double-O-L. I think everybody been wondering what the hell. It's your boy Corey, never ever telling the same old time story. And it's your boy Cool C, never ever dated a floozy. For those out there in YouTube, man, we got the sign off for you right there in the back. Bram, Vic Vito, what's happening?
Man, look, I ain't even gonna lie, Corey. Everything is great right now. Went to the dentist this morning. Everything's great. Love that. My son just started flag football. Except I'm the coach now.
Yeah, that's
We
right.
the first meet and greet was fire. We got our first game this weekend. But what I really been fired up about, Corey, I'm not gonna lie. This play-in got me fired. Corey, I ain't gonna hold you. I want to just jump right into the play-in,
Let's
Corey.
do it.
I know you been all right. You in good health. Good to see you, my G. But I got I gotta just jump into this NBA play. I'm gonna be honest, Corey. I really wasn't checking for the play-in. You know what I mean? I really like. Uh,
I love it.
I'm starting to like it. I think what kind of threw me off in the beginning was the weird courts and the colors and all that. I was 50-50 on it. Sometimes it would be fire. Sometimes the colors wasn't fire. But it was all right. I gotta say though, Corey, as far as the action has been, the play in from day one has been great. We've came on this podcast and
Yeah.
talked about that play in where the Grizzlies were scrapping, trying to make it through. Sacramento have even had a good play in the past. Yo, man, this play in, yo, ladies and gentlemen, if you missed it last night,
Ooh.
dog, you are missing out. And I get it. People they said the ratings are down with the NBA. Niggas is low managing.
Yeah.
Niggas is tanking, Corey. You know what I
Playoffs
mean?
is a different season, man.
Yo,
It's a
listen.
totally different experience.
Everybody is listen. This play in right now, and that's the thing. The playoffs start this weekend. We are
Yeah.
talking about the play in. The
Yes, sir.
guy, the ninth and eighth seed teams, and the teams that are just trying to get to that spot in the playoffs. Dog, ladies and gentlemen, if you missed it last night, man,
Ooh.
let me tell you, man. The Hornets against the Miami Heat was one for the books. Dog, listen, I tuned in and I caught the third and fourth quarter, and I'm so glad. And I caught overtime too. I'm so glad I tapped in. Corey, I was folding clothes. I was in my zone. It's just some of my folding clothes to just get me relaxed and in my zone. I know when I start folding clothes, my day is over with. I'm trying to wind down. I'm trying to get my mind, that little voice in my mind to just stop and just be steady, even keel. So I'm folding clothes, Corey, and I put the game on. And I want to say this: if Lamelo Ball and Kobe White aren't the backcourt that we didn't know that we needed, I don't know who is, Corey. Yo, we came on this podcast and we told y'all, man, Kobe White was going to be a great addition and a crazy addition to the Hornets. We told y'all. I don't know if y'all knew, but what he did last night, how he was just killing niggas on offense. You know what I mean? How he was dropping them clutch shots. Hello, he was doing that in Goldsboro High School. Let me just start there.
Yeah.
He was doing that in Goldsboro High, let alone he was doing that in Carolina, and he's been doing it for years on end in Chicago. And I like the fact that I didn't even know this fact, Corey, until the announcer said it, that he has lost all his play-in and playoff games to the Miami Heat for like
No, I ain't know that.
yeah, for like 4 years straight. The Miami Heat has been responsible for his exit for the past 4 years. That's what the announcer said. That's crazy. I love the fact that he took it to him. I mean, Corey, without LaMelo Ball, there was no. I'm sorry, not LaMelo Ball. Well, we're gonna get to him too. But without Kobe White, yo, dog, that game, that the Hornets are out. I'm gonna just put it like that. The Hornets are
Yeah.
out. The Hornets are out. You know what I mean? The Hornets are out. LaMelo, not LaMelo. I keep wanting to say LaMelo because we normally are talking about LaMelo centering him when it comes to this team. But Corey, last night the Hornets won 127 to 126 in overtime. Um, great game on both by both rosters, Corey. I gotta be fair. Yo, we've came on this podcast. I hate to keep sounding like a broken record. We told y'all about Tyler Hero years ago. We told y'all. Tyler Hero is a dog. Corey, before his career is over, I think Tyler Hero will be one of the best shooters in the NBA.
That boy.
I that boy good. Listen, I know we got Steph and all that, and players on the rise like Knipple and people like that. But Tyler Hero has been consistent. We
Yes, he
thought
has.
they were nuts when they were talking about trading him. You know what I mean? And whoever were to get him when they were talking about trading him was going to get a phenomenal basketball player. Yo, man, Kobe White, bro. Listen, Corey, I'm just looking at the stats, man, and Kobe White last night. Hold on, let me see, because I'm looking at the stats that his yearly stats, which are great too. But I want to just point out that the Hornets won 44 games. They're 44 and 38. Corey, we gotta salute the coach. I want to salute him.
Absolutely.
I want to salute them because they only, I think last season, I think from this season, last season, I think it's like a good 25 game bump, Corey. That's
That's
phenomenal.
wow.
And then you go in and you beat a team like the Miami Heat, dog. Like, um, listen, LaMelo Ball, last night he had 10 assists. That's not to be sneezed at either. I mean, looked over either. That's crazy. He had 10 assists. I know the controversy is around the play with Bam Adebayo and all. We'll get to all that. But yo, I will say, the Hornets won, Corey. I don't like the fact they took too many threes. And I know that's relative because from what the announcers say, they've been doing this all season as far as just jacking up threes. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So they also live by it, die by it. But I gotta salute it, Corey, because I didn't know everybody on the Hornets could shoot threes. Who
Yeah.
knew Miles Bridges had a 3-point game in his back pocket? I didn't know. You know what I mean? I was unfamiliar with his 3-point game. But the way Kobe White was coming off them screens and just hitting them daggers in people's faces, and even Tyler Hero just going back to him, coming off that sideline three with, you could, the shots that were big shots, you couldn't have played better defense than what they had gave him. I mean, you just couldn't, Corey. I mean, anything else would have been fouling. You know what I mean? Again, salute to Spoelstra and the Heat. But, yo, dog, Carolina get the hush money. Know what I mean? What you want me to say, man? Corey, what were your thoughts on the game? Did you see it live? Did you just catch the highlights?
Live, no highlights. Salute to my wife for having Amazon Prime, or else
yes, sir.
I would have missed it. So, as I said on this podcast before, I don't really get to see many Hornets games because it's like, and obviously, you know, they're local, so you have to get like a regional sports package. So ever since I moved from DirecTV to YouTube, you have to get it separately. I think it's like $15 a month. Anyway, that no one cares about that. Big V, this is the game of the year so far.
I gotta agree.
When I tell you this game has so many ups and flows to it, man, let me start off with your boy Miles Bridges, okay? Let me talk about this guy. Dude, I want to say it was either I can't remember if it was in the fourth quarter or if it was overtime. He had a three.
Yeah.
Old buddy jumped out to him. He said, forget that. I'm about to take it to the rim and do an up and under, and it went in. Whoa.
Jordan-esque, might I add? Jordan-esque.
Most cats would have took the three and hope to draw a foul and wait for the ref to bail him out. He said, he's about to run on through that.
It was so pretty in slow motion too, Corey.
Because I was when he did that, I was like, yo, it better go in. Pause. It better go in. Pause. Yeah. And it went in. No pause. I was so happy about that. Yes. Because yes, we are Lakers fans. I told people before, I grew up being a Charlotte Hornets fan. I quit being a Charlotte Hornets fan when they moved to NO. Long story. Check out episode number 140 for that or whatever. Y'all can hit me later. Man, all right. So let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and go down to Brandon Miller.
Yo, dog.
I know this guy had some troubles in college. And I'm not here to talk about that today. I'm here to talk about this man on the court.
23 points and 5 rebounds, Corey, and 5 assists.
Say that.
5 out of Corey. The thing is with him, 5 out of 10 from 3.
That's
who knew he had the 3? Who knew everybody on the Hornets could shoot the 3?
Hey, just like Walmart said, who knew? I didn't know. Yo, Guest is balling like crazy, and I love it, man. I'm telling you, these Hornets are so exciting to watch. And then we're going to get to our guy, of course, Lamelo Ball. This dude crossed half court and did a half court three-pointer, and it went in. Now, granted, he was 2 from 16 from the 3. He's kind of got your guy, Russell Westbrook, in him, where he never met a three-point shot that he did not like to take. Big V, like, whoa, you might want to. But hey, you just said it, Big V. They've been playing like this all season, and the thing is that far be it for me to tell somebody how to play when it got them here. You just said what it was like a 23-25 game jump from last year.
Yes.
Who am I to say shut them down? Hey man, don't do that. I can't do that. LaMelo Ball was the reason that the Hornets almost lost when he fouled. When he daggone fouled my man. When he fouled my man Tyler Hero. I said, "Oh my God!" And I said, "Hero, just missed one." Hero sunk all 3 of them. I said,
"Of course he did."
And then next thing you know, come back down and Kobe White. I don't know how he got that 3-0. You just spoke about it earlier, Big V. If Tyler Hero plays him any closer, you would think they're about to go out on a date.
Yeah.
He would have been a foul. I'm like, how in the hell did he hit the 3? I don't know, but let's get back to LaMelo Ball, man. He had that crazy foul. I said, man, see, that's that maturity issue. This is maturity is. I'm like, man,
and the turnover, might I add.
and I'm like, Charlotte, what are you doing? And then next thing you know, he makes up for it, driving all the way downtown for that layup. He told the announcer at the end of the game, man, I almost effed it up. I'm like, oh, hey, you can't say that on live TV, okay? But it's okay. I had to make up for it because I almost effed it up. Come on, man. So now I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna say it was a shocker, but it was a little bit, kind of like that, man. What's going on? Con Knipple.
Yeah, I want to get to that. I want to get to that. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
Got bench in the fourth quarter. You're gonna touch on that later. That was a little bit shocking. But man, I'm telling you, everyone else, man, they stepped up. It was a very exciting game. It was one of those games where it sucked that someone had to lose, Big V. It really.
And let's stay right there on Knipple.
Okay.
Because again, we don't get to see the Hornets play a lot here because it's blacked out. So we normally get the highlights, and we've been saying all year how good this team was. Just the Eastern Conference, period.
Right.
With this team, I didn't know that they lived and died by the three so much. Again, Knipple was off last night, as you mentioned, and people don't know that he's like leading the league in 3-pointers. Like he got like over damn near three. He got damn near almost 300 threes, if I'm not mistaken, Corey. Like I'm like 200. That time I checked, like 278, and that was like a month ago. Wow. He's been playing lights out. I gotta ask you if you are the coach, because the coach didn't play him any overtime last night.
Yeah.
Because his game was off. If you're that coach, Corey, and you have this fire starter on the bench, do you not put him in, tell him to keep shooting, being the fact that the rest of the team kept shooting?
This is interesting. Charles Lee is the coach for the Hornets, and I got to give him props for pulling Con Knipple out when he did, because he just didn't have it. Now, here's the problem with that. You got other players, i.e. Lamelo Ball, at least from the three-point line, he didn't have it, at least from that standpoint.
Nobody had it statistically as a team. They sucked last night from the three.
But here's the thing I can say about Lamelo Ball. He may not have it from the three, but he makes up for it in other ways. And it's interesting because they had a pregame where Con Knipple was like, hey, man, look, the shots ain't going to fall every night. I got to find other ways to stay involved. This was before the game. And I'm like, yeah, I think, first of all, he's a rookie. So I'm not going to clown him. To your original question, does Coach Lee, do you do that? Gosh, it's a slippery slope, man. Because you're going to need Con Knipple held in the next series, right? Or in the next game.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And it depends on the type of player that Con Knipple is. If Con Knipple is like, hey, man, what under the bridge, coach? I understand why you did what you needed to do. Man, hey, man, it's all good. I think you pull him out, right? But now, if he's a guy who's going to be shell-shocked by that, it's tough, because this is a win or go home game, Big V.
It is.
It's a win or go home. I think Coach did the right thing. I think if it was a series, he probably would have left him in. But if it was me, would I have taken him out? Gosh, do I keep Con Knipple, arguably the best player on your team outside of LaMelo? But do I risk losing him for the future in order so we could play another game on Friday?
But I
don't have the answer, Big V. I know that's a cop-out. I don't have the answer. What would you have done?
In the thick of it, though, we don't know if we're going to be able to play Friday. It's everything should be on the table. I feel like he should have played them. Yo, listen. You have the guy who is broken the streak this year for 3-pointers as a rookie. Okay. I need him to keep shooting. What's the saying? Shoot or shoot.
Shoot or shoot. That's LaMelo Ball.
Yeah. I mean, ugly form and all, LaMelo gonna let it go. I don't know what that form is. It is one of the most. It's top 5 worst forms of shooting in the NBA. It's up there with Cartwright. I'm gonna put it out there. It's up there with Cartwright. I don't even know if it's gonna be a jump shot, a jump pass. It is one. I don't know what he does with his leg. It is crazy. I don't know. But it works. It works.
So you would have left him out.
I would have
Left him
kept.
out
No,
of the game.
I would let him
Okay.
play. No, I would let him play. I would have had him in there.
Okay.
I would have had him in there. It is balls to the wall. Pause.
Yeah.
I need my guy in there because here's the thing: the real shooters will tell you, y'all missed all night, but I hate it when it count. You know what I mean? We've seen that over and over again. You know what I mean? And I get it. I'm looking at the stats: 34 minutes, 6 points, 5 rebounds. I mean, Corey, he was 0 from 6 from the 3. I know that's tough. I would have probably set him when I set him, when you know what I mean, as Coach Lee did. But when we got to overtime, nah, big dog, let's go. Shake it off. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
I need that shooting. Let's go. Let's go. That's just me personally. Either way they got the win. Salute. Again, going back to Lamelo, the biggest thing that was focused on outside of the win was Lamelo tripping Bam Adebayo. Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't see the game, it was a play where Lamelo fell and I'm not gonna say instantly, but he grabbed the back ankle of Bam Adebayo, who then fell and injured himself for the rest of the game. People are saying that this game would have went a whole other way if Bam would have been in the starting lineup for the rest of the game. We would never know. But Coach Spo did say that he felt like Lamelo should have been tossed out. Corey, we've had players from Chris Paul punching people in the balls to all kind of people, all kind of tricks and trades of people tripping. Dog, we from the bad boys Detroit Pistons era. We've seen it all. What are your thoughts, man, on Spo saying that he should have been thrown out? Do you think it was deliberate by LaMelo? What were your thoughts when you saw it?
All right, so let me step back to when I first saw it.
Okay.
When I saw it, I didn't see it. Right? I saw Bam fall down. He was actually blocked by the view, the camera angle. It was blocked by Con Knipper, so you couldn't see it at first. I'm like, oh man, he came down on his tailbone like, hey, that dog, like that's gonna be a tough one. And then they showed the replay of it, and you know what it kind of reminds me of on a different scale. It kind of reminds me of I want to say it was Game 5 or Game 6 of Jordan against Utah in that Game 6 of the finals, where he kind of pushes, what's my man name? Byron Russell.
Oh, yeah.
Left, and then he takes that shot. And someone actually, I don't know if it might have been The Last Dance, but I was watching somewhere where Russell's momentum was going to carry him forward anyway, but Jordan, just for insurance, was going to make sure that he had that hand on his back, even though he probably didn't need it. Hindsight's 2020. And so when they showed the replay of it in real time from an opposite angle, it does look bad. Like it looks like, like he grabbed his leg and like almost like Joel Embiid last year, where he grabbed my man, oh my gosh, from New York. I can't remember the name. I'll come back to that later. Where he literally like yanked his leg down. Like that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it was that. So but of course, slow motion, we all got the benefit of seeing it in slow motion. To me, and I will admit I'm a little bit semi-biased towards the Hornets, but Bam was going down anyway. That if you slow that down, that what LaMelo did, he did grab his ankle now, but it was almost like Bam was falling anyway, and LaMelo had his hand, and of course it looked in concert with one another. Be that as it may, me and my wife were watching this game, and we was like, well, you know what, man, we're gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because LaMelo don't have that reputation of being that type of player. Until they rolled it back to 2024 and did the same thing on Bam Adebayo. So, should he have been thrown out? Yeah, he should have been thrown out. But you can't call what you don't see. The refs didn't see. I didn't see it. Like there are some times, and I get it. We at home, we have the view of seeing it 30,000 times, slowing it, rewinding it, blowing it up if you're watching on your computer and everything. When I tell you that I did not see that in real time, afterward, It was a fast break. Refs are generally reluctant to stop a fast break on a alleged or maybe injury or just a player down situation. So the refs didn't call it, but is that a dirty play? Yes. At the worst, it was a flagrant one.
I
Now,
agree. I totally agree.
and on top of that, to me, you maybe could argue hero. Bam is the best player on that team. Charlotte only won by 1 point. You can't sit up here and tell me that had Bam stayed in the game, that Miami would not have won. Okay?
Because Bam might would have put up 83.
He might have put up 83 or even 100. And the thing is, man, is that when Bam went out, Charlotte is lucky, but hey, damn what I say, you take the win. The refs didn't call it. That's not LaMelo's fault, right? But he should have been thrown out the game had they seen it. I think had they seen it, it would have at the least been a flagrant one. It was only a 1 point game. I thought Charlotte was getting ready to pounce on Miami after that happened. And it was just more so of a fight of Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali, back and forth. That's what it was. So what say you, Vito?
Yeah, I totally agree, man. I called. You can't do that. I caught the game in the third and fourth quarter, but my phone went off and said that Lamelo did a dirty play. So that's what prompted me really to tune in to the third and fourth, because I saw it on my phone and I'm like, whoa. But again, the angle, everything wasn't as clear as it was now, as far as the angles and the slow motion and things like that. But yeah, it was a dirty play, dog. It totally dirty play. I hate the fact that Bam got hurt. You know what I mean? Cut it out, LaMelo. Look, they got you on tape stealing boxes.
Ooh, I forgot.
They got you on tape stealing boxes, dog. They do. They got you on 2024. They roll back the tape and you've been doing this. Cut it out.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, that's a Friday reference. I mean, if you don't know, but yeah, they got you on tape stealing boxes, LaMelo.
How do you feel about the apology? You said he's going to check up on Bam and apologize.
I like it. I like it.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it. 'Cause you know what? I think two things can be true. I think what he said is true about how he didn't know where he was at, and he just grabbed whatever. You know what I mean? And he didn't know he did it. I really do believe that, but I also believe that it's still a dirty play. You know what I mean? No matter how you slice it. And again, they got you on tape stealing boxes in 2024. You were doing the same thing back then. You know what I mean? So the evidence is stacked against you that this is what you do. And if it wasn't for the evidence, it wouldn't look like a repeated offense. It wouldn't look like this is something that you try to do, because maybe the habit wouldn't form. You know what I mean? To do that. You know what I mean?
That's right.
But look, man. Y'all got the win. Salute to the Hornets.
Salute to the Hornets, man.
The NBA is looking into this, though, and I'm pretty sure we'll be hearing $100,000 fine or $50,000 fine.
Well, hey, do you think they're gonna suspend him?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I think you'll get a hell of a fine, though.
He's too good for TV for them to suspend right now. No, it's still a business. Love the play in. Love the playoffs too. Who's not loving the playoffs is Doc Rivers, Corey. He's out. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you heard, but Doc Rivers is out of Milwaukee as the head coach. Came out this week that they will pay him for the remainder of his salary, I think, through next year, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong. Yeah. But he's out. He's out. It's been a lot of drama going on, man, in Milwaukee involving Giannis not playing. And before the trade deadline, it was talks of him being up out of there. And if you know Doc Rivers, he ain't with the drama. He not with it. He left Clippers because of the drama. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was some kind of drama going on in Boston. Got up out of there too. Doc don't do drama, and I understand it. To me personally, I haven't really seen him come out and say nothing against Giannis, and I think that he did a good job of trying to keep it low as possible. And he up out of there. He'll be coaching somewhere again, but I think this is the first of many he's out of there that we will see coming from Milwaukee starting now. You know what I mean? What are your thoughts on the matter, Corey?
Yeah, man. Well, I think you just said it best. The drama, he ain't with it. Nobody really, but he's really not.
Yeah.
And the bottom line is this. If I'm a coach I need to know what's going to happen with my best player on the team, known as Giannis
Yeah.
Antetokounmpo. I need to know what's going to happen with him.
Yep.
All this, well, Giannis, what's your plans this year? Well, I don't know if Milwaukee keeps me around. It's like, dude, I'm at the point. And look, I'm knocking Giannis. I'm knocking Milwaukee just as well as I'm knocking
Facts. Yes.
Somebody get some kahunas. We just saw this happen with Dame Lillard and daggone Portland Trail Blazers a couple of years. We saw the same exact thing. There's an old school song, never want to be the first to say goodbye. Yeah. This relationship has ran its course. You got the ship out of it. Somebody's going to have to be the bad guy here. And if I'm Doc, I need to know. Look, I'm going to management and I'm going to Giannis. Hey, yo, so what
we doing?
Well, I don't know, man. You got to talk to the boss. I just talked to the boss. He told me to talk to you. Well, you need to talk to the boss. No, you need to go back and talk to the boss. I'm like, wait, hold. We are all grown men. The people in the front office do this for a living, right? Make a move, man. Make a move. They should have traded Giannis earlier. They could have got more than a boatload. Let me tell you something, Big V. I'm not going to say that Giannis is not going to be tradable. Of course, he's going to be tradable. But I'm telling you, it's going to be a hell of a lot more difficult with the first and second apron going on. Now you add in the injury issues. I'm telling you, he could still get traded, but boy, it's going to be tough. Each day that passes by, it's going to get tougher and tougher to move him, Vito.
But is he really hurt though, or is he making a business decision?
You said, see, that's the thing. They shut him down. Giannis came out and said, "I want to play."
You know what? That's true.
Want to play.
That's true.
The organization said that.
Yeah, because the NBA had
that you was talking about.
The NBA started to look into it, and that's what's crazy. It's just a point finger game that they're doing now between Giannis and the organization. Well, I want to play, but as them, they ain't letting me play, and he ain't medically cleared, and I don't know what's going on. But salute the doc for getting up out of there, because this also lands on the head coach some kind of way. We've seen it before.
It's always a coach's fault, Vito.
We've seen it before. We've seen it before. And speaking of coach, this is a great segue, real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, Sherrone Moore, the ex-coach of the Michigan football Wolverines, will be avoiding jail time and will be doing some probation. Corey, I want to read this article right here on NBC News. It says former University of Michigan football coach Sherrone Moore avoided jail time as he was sentenced to 18 months probation Tuesday on charges connected to the angry confrontation he had with a staffer whom he once had an extramarital affair. It goes on to say that the Washtenaw County District Court Judge J. Cedric Simpson said he was moved by the support of Kelly Moore, the former coach's wife. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, man. I saw this, Corey, and I laughed. I'm not gonna lie, I laughed. I laughed a little bit because back a few months ago, I remember him being so scared and looking a mess when he had to go to trial for the first time. Corey, he was in that cell looking so out of place. He looked scared to death. Man. I'm pretty sure he spent his bottom dollar working this out to get this deal. Especially for what you were down for. I mean, you were down for some felony joint. You had some Fs. You know what I mean? Some major Fs. And some people would say that you beat the case, so to speak. And from where I sit, you didn't go to jail. Salute. You know what I mean? But I just want to say, man, I do not have him working again in this college football league at all. Corey, there were charges of felony home invasion, misdemeanor stalking, and misdemeanor breaking and entering. listen, that will follow you. That will follow you. If you don't believe me, things that stick to people that do crazy shit like this, or even worse. I mean, just look around the league and you can point out a bunch of people that did some crazy shit, NFL and college, kind of related to this or
Mm,
worse, that you just never heard from again.
yeah.
Um, Salute to him, and I guess, and um, yeah, do your 18 months, I guess. That's all I got.
I feel so bad for the victim. When I saw this story, just like you, I laughed, but not because it's funny, but I just
Yeah,
laughed at the atrocity of it. You just said it, man. And let me quote what she said. He broke into my apartment, crying, yelling, and raged. He came at me with knives. I
yeah.
was threatened and I feared for my life. Now
But
keep
but
in
but
mind,
but let's
yeah,
shoot him some bail because it came out that said that it was evidence that Moore had been given a security code.
yeah,
But we know how that go. Dog,
yeah.
if she didn't want you there, bro, you weren't supposed to be there. Security code, key to the joint or not.
That's right. Big Vito, we've all dated before, and
We,
I've had
yep,
keys to
yep.
ladies' apartments and vice versa. And let me tell you something, when I don't want you over there no more, whether you got the key or not, you don't need to be over there.
That's
It's
it.
just like it's just like sex. It's consensual until it's not. Yes, I'm
That's
married to
it.
my wife, but guess what? If she don't feel like it tonight, well, I'm your husband and dude,
It's not. It's
you
over
say
for
no.
that.
That's it. It's
No,
not
it's it.
consensual.
No.
And I agree with that, especially when it comes to trespassing and all that stuff. Yeah, 18 months is a joke. And this is exactly why women don't feel comfortable coming forward. Did they both do wrong in the sense of that? Absolutely. Yeah, we ain't talking about that. Now we're talking about safety. And this is exactly why women don't come forward with stuff like this. Because what am I supposed to do with 18 months? Like obviously, if he got probation, he's not in jail. So, I mean, yeah, okay, maybe he could be out and about, but what if he chooses to violate? Like he already did before the charges got dropped when he went over there when he shouldn't have been over there. That's not considered a violation? Like, come on, man. Like that is sad. It's a tragedy in the justice system. I get it. He did plead no contest. So how much that
Yeah.
help? Basically he got a super lenient judge. The judge is sitting up here and said that I quote, I don't believe when I look at the entirety of the situation that incarceration should be appropriate. This is what the judge said, or whatever. But however, I warned you, should there be a violation, any violation, all bets are off. I don't like sending people to jail, but I don't have a problem doing it. That's the quote from Judge Cedric Simpson. I don't know anything about this guy. I know about OJ Simpson.
Yeah.
Now I never heard of this guy here before. But when I tell you that this judge might need to get looked at in this leniency, I mean, part of me is glad that a brother isn't getting railroaded, but this ain't about that, dog. This ain't about that. You and I, we're married to our respective wives. We both have daughters. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's
And
whack.
and it was said that him and his wife left the court house holding hands. So I guess they are reconciled. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Zone Sports Podcast, man. We appreciate y'all tapping in, how you be tapping in, whether you watching the clips on IG or catching the whole joint on YouTube or watching the shorts. We appreciate all the support. You know what I mean? Corey, and I appreciate you each and every week doing this thing with me, man. And if you new
Likewise, my
here
guy.
or if you old here, this is how we end this thing, man. Peace.